It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Niners and the Hawks, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that is a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
First and 10. Purdy. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Purdy. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
He'll take this in back at the 16. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position.
And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Injured player on the field, and that is Cooper Kupp. That is a player they cannot lose out of this lineup. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. He's got the connection. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold. He'll get this to the veteran tight end, Noah Fant. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown Seahawks. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Niners offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. First and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Purdy works out of the pistol. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. They get 21 on that one. First down, 49ers.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting the 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. And when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Out of the gun. It's Purdy. He's got his man, right side. It's complete. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Niners first down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback. And even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each reporting a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Purdy. A short one there. Caught by Kittle. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
3rd and short. Purdy. The connection made to Ayuk.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Pass caught by Pearsall. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
And they'll run here with McCaffrey. Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing on second down is Purdy. That is caught, and he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line. Hats off to the interior of this defensive line. Look at the penetration they're able to get up front, Mike, to defeat their blocks. And 3rd and an inch, they knew that run was coming, and boy, were they ready.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Moody's kick is good. And the Niners are on the board. It's 7-3.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Here's Steven Sims to return it. They get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
It is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
1 quarter in the books. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Back deep for the Niners, Jacob Cowing. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
On 2nd down, Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Now a 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's Purdy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
This brought in out past the 20, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. Up the sideline to the 40. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll go play action with Darnold. He'll take a shot downfield, looking for Cup. And he will go all the way. Cooper Cup, touchdown Seattle. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Myers now to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Seahawks extend their advantage to 14-3. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Second down and 3. Back to throw. Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A run with the man from Louisville, Isaac Guerrero. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. He'll go right and find his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here's a third down and 4. One of the tight ends in motion right. Third and short. Here's Purdy. He finds his big receiver. That's Jennings. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
To throw on first down is Purdy. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's second and 3 to go. Here's Purdy again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job.
It is brought in the end zone. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Pretty interesting sequence of play calls here, Mike. You can tell going into this game, they felt their matchups down here deep in the tight red zone were better through the air than maybe they were necessarily on the ground. We see 2 back-to-back throws. The second one, though, results in a touchdown.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. His kick is good. And the 49ers are back within 4. It is 14-10. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense and Cooper Kupp heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground is Walker. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 35 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet. They'll get him down for no gain.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
This one complete to his tight end, Fant. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run the toss with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
Darnold to throw on 2nd down. He's going to tuck it and go. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
To throw on 1st down is Darnold. To the left side and pulled in. Valdez-Scantling.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. He'll try to run for it.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This about as short as you can get. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Myers back out there. Had the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the gun, it's Purdy. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he will score. Ricky Pearsall, touchdown, 49ers. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And, Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
Moody now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. On the return, here's Sim. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to take this one all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will go up by 7. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll go play action. Purdy. Open man downfield is Kittle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, 49ers.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal, but either way, I'm coming away with points.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Again in the air for Purdy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the 49ers will cut the lead down to 4.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Going up top. That is caught. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Seattle.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
Myers now to add the PAT. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Darnold now on 1st and 10. Over the middle, Smith and Jigba with the grab. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Connected with the tight end. That's Fant. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer, but they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Off the play fake, here's Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Niners offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll roll out here with Purdy. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Open man is Jennings.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Brock Purdy. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Purdy and the 49ers will try to get 2 more.
The 49ers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, here's Sims. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Here's 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll go play action with Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be out of bounds and just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On play action, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
I like the play call there. 2nd, relatively short. Give your quarterback an opportunity to push this ball downfield, but realize this quickly. Nothing developing. Get the ball down to your back. Pick up a new set of downs.
Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. Throw right side, home in by Cup. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. That's out quick. It's Cup on the RPO. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Niners will take over here at their own 12.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Niners offense ready to come back out for this next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw, Purdy. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
There's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, it's Purdy. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 13 yards on the catch there. It's good for a Niners first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
2nd and a yard. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the handoff, this is Walker. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He was brought down at the 26. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it with Walker. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. The tight end Fant in motion. To throw is Darnold. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. It's complete. He's got Huck. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Darnold to throw. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
He's going to look deep, going to Cup.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. But there, fortunately, this one didn't end up getting picked, going the other way.
A couple of third down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
So the pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Brandon Ayuk heading back onto the field with his 49er teammates. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Purdy on first down. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On second down, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Purdy works out of the pistol. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. out of the gun. It's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On 3rd and 1, here's Purdy. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
1st and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. Back to the air is Purdy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Back to the air again is Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again in the air for Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game, and they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. So, Jake Moody on in this big situation. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. On the return, here's Sims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, here's Darnold. Huff brings it in left side. He's over 100 receiving yards around the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Walker. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. The Niners offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's 1st and 10. From back near the goal line, it's Purdy. Taking off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's into the hands of the fullback. And he's going to give him some breathing room past the 15-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
The connection made to Ayuk. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big 1st down. Throwing again is Purdy. Going for it all. That's caught! And he's going to go all the way! How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Well, Mike, we're kind of looking at each other up here saying, do they have one more big play left in them? And they got it. When it's all said and done, it should more than likely turn out that that play is the game winner.
All right, now, what can the Niners do as they face a big two-point conversion here? Purdy going to put it up again. That's going to be caught. They get the 2 points. Man, this could turn out to be important. The lead goes to 3 here in the fourth quarter. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Darnold. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down. Here we go. One final play. He's going to air this one out. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute. And they're going to get out of here with a victory. So a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.